That might be a problem. There he is. Oh, no, we're good. Gucci. Cool. Sweet. I should probably kill that. That might be a problem. Okay. There he is.
I'm alive.
No, we're good. Gucci. Cool. Sweet.
Corey, where you at, son?
I should probably kill that. Check 1, 2. Bro, can you hear me? There we go. Should be working in just a second. Yo, check 1, 2. My dude.
What up? What up?
What's cracking? Give me 1 second here.
It's all good.
I think I got us streaming to several channels now.
Nice. We broadening our reach. You know what I mean?
Yep. You know how it is. Grand Risings, Kenny. What's up, Sean? Everybody that happened to tune in. Yeah, this is dope.
For sure. Shit, we might as well start off talking about that comedy jam last night. You missed it. Hey, I feel sorry for you, but you know we doing it for the culture, so there will be more. But bro, thank you everyone that came out. We appreciate the master MC host, Mr. Showtime Robinson. You know what I mean? All the comics did their things. They're amazing. Personally, my favorite was Chris. That joke about him and this girl looking like twins from the back, but because they both have lying. He had me weak with that one, bro.
That's funny. Yeah.
And the rest of the guys, you know, appreciate them.
Yeah, I didn't even know what to say about that one. That would hit home because I know him so well, and I was like, God damn, that is
that is exactly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that was a shot right to the ribs.
Him and this chick just can't be wearing matching tracksuits and shit.
They cannot.
Did you have a favorite part?
Huh?
Did you have a favorite part of the show last night?
I always like the end. That shit that we talk at the very end of the show is always great because like that's unscripted, that's all organic, that's all shit that just comes out. Real quick, let me check and see if the audio is coming through on the YouTube. So, oh wait, stuck the Bluetooth. That's not good. Hang on.
Just got some titties over my shoulder.
Huh?
I said I got titties over my shoulder. You see my fingers right on the nipple?
Yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, we're Gucci. The audio is perfect. Cool.
For sure. Nigga, my favorite part was LJ Mitchell.
Shout out to LJ, who was one of the people that won one of the raffles, but Riggins heard that name and just had to give his 2 cents on how that is the blackest name he has ever heard in his black ass life. Like me, he mentioned that me and him with Corey and Chris, like our parents were like, "You gonna get jobs," but LJ, it was like, "No, nigga, you just like
you gonna be working with your hands, nigga." Be an entrepreneur of some sort, because you already know. But LJ, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's a brother for sure." But yeah, that's my boy Lamar, bro. That's my loved one. Shout out to Lamar, aka LJ Mitchell, one of the most handsomest and most talented upcoming actors. You know what I mean?
Fantastic. And he gonna change his stage name after that. Riggins gave him both barrels.
But holidays, man. He's like, you either love them or you hate them, right? So it's kind of an emotional roller coaster within a roller coaster that is 2020 for me.
Yes, sir.
But I'm definitely glad that the fucking Turkey Day and the Christmas shit is out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Definitely
My
have some.
waistline feels the same. Like I'm going to be diabetic if these holidays keep going back to back to back to back to back.
Man, I think I ate like 8 cookies on Christmas, bro. And you know that's a lot for anybody, but that's extra.
It's rude if you don't. It's rude if you don't eat like a pig on the holiday because they made all that food.
Exactly. It is what it is. But as far as Christmas goes, what's like your favorite Christmas moment?
But this year or just in general?
Not just in general, guys.
It's hard to come up with off the top of my head because I used to have so many good Christmas memories, and then as I got older, I just stopped celebrating Christmas in general, just for the whole getting woke shit. Just like
exactly.
But here's the thing though, it's when it comes to all American, just about every American holiday, but holidays in general, like if you dig deep enough in it, you'll find some horrible, horrible shit. So it's best to just use it for what it actually is and keep the good energy out there. Like it's a day off, it's a good meal, it's people you love. So that's it. That's what I like. That can't be bad. But as far as like my old Christmas memories that I can remember that I really enjoyed was back in Monterey. There's a spot in Carmel, Pacific Grove, Pebble Beach, one of those, called Candy Cane Lake. Everybody in that little neighborhood decorates their house for Christmas like the day after Halloween.
Gotcha.
They are serious about it. Like it's a tourist attraction. People drive through that bitch like almost every hour on the hour all Christmas season. And I can't remember the last time I went out there, but I think I took Milan because it's one of those things that just need to do it, And that's one of the things I miss. Like it doesn't cost a thing. It's a nice little escape. And yeah, so my mom started doing that with me when I was a kid, and I passed tradition down to some of my friends and family, other family.
Nice. We definitely we have a place like that in Oakland too. It's in East Oakland, in the 50s. Every year we drive through that motherfucker. Like that's how you knew it was Christmas. You know what I mean? Since the snow didn't fall over here, that was our vibe. It's all about the lights and the fake snow and the music and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my favorite gift, well, actually, not even my favorite gift, my favorite gift givers, okay? My godmother used to give me the fucking best gifts ever. I'm talking about, she got me the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, you know what I mean? The 64, the games with all the blood in it that my parents wasn't buying.
Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. That's exactly the first one she got me too.
Yeah.
But then, my least favorite, my aunties that used to give me fucking socks. It's like, why are you wrapping up socks for kids? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's how I know I'm officially an adult. I'm a grown-ass man because Milan got me some socks, like a big-ass box of assorted socks in all different colors, and I was elated. I was like, oh, let me stuck on my socks, bro.
I can wear these with my gray shirt. You know what I mean? I can wear these. Yeah, man. Socks are definitely much appreciated now, but back then it's like, nigga, why did you wrap this shit up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, socks and underwear. It's like, fuck you. Like, why would you give me this? Like as a gift. Like, just put that in my drawer. I'm 7. Like, this is not something I'm looking forward to or will appreciate.
Nigga, bro, you get so excited and you rip that shit up, and the socks, you like, well, fuck socks. I don't even have socks on right now as I'm opening this gift. You know what I mean?
Dude, I saw the coldest video, bro, and this was like 3 days before Christmas, so I think the kids should have known this was a prank. But like this dad let the kids open a gift, and it was a PlayStation 5 box, and then they're all excited, and then they open the box and it's books. And now I'm not condoning any kind of domestic violence, especially patricide. But if those kids would have used those books upside their father's head, I wouldn't have been mad at them. I'm not saying they're in the right, but I would have understood.
Bro, that is cool. It's like, nigga, where did you get this box from? You know what I mean?
Like, there better be a PlayStation 5 somewhere around here for you to have found the box. Like, if you either you bought a PlayStation 5 or you spent money to get the box. Like, you didn't get this for free.
They can need answers. You know what I mean? For sure. For sure. But man, so December 21st is finally come and gone.
Yep.
We got, you know, I was gonna ask you if you noticed any superpowers that you have, or any enhanced powers.
Patience.
All right.
I've gotten an increased sense of patience, tolerance, and peace, I guess. Like again, when I celebrate Christmas, I was always like, oh, I'll be worried about getting gifts, or I can't afford to get this for people. Like, this is the first year where it was like, I am unbothered by any of this. Not in the sense of like, oh, I feel obligated to get something, or like I'm worried that I'm gonna make this special for somebody. Like, no, this whole thing went great. Like, everybody I know is good right now. You know, like, they don't need gifts, they don't need like, they need a card, they need a hug, they need, hey, how you doing? You know, like, nobody's struggling like that right now in my immediate circle. So I'm like happy for that. So my superpower is just like I can focus on other things.
Nice. For me, I feel like I got a heightened sense of intuition. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I know what the people want. I know what the culture wants. I know what the culture needs. And I know how to provide it. And I am going to provide it. You know what I mean? So shout out to being in tune with the universe and getting charged up, you know what I mean, with the December solstice. You have any any cool plans that you're excited for the new year about?
Keep this Robinson Comedy Services telecomedy jam going until we can take the tele part out of it, and then just take it to the clubs. You know what I mean? Or take it to the screen. You know, like, you know, in more of an ownership type area.
Hell yeah. Well, you know, it's just a matter of time. So we're making the best of what we have right now, trying to be as creative as possible and feed the culture. Because, you know, that's why we're here, man. However we can entertain our people, enlighten them, you know, that's what we're going to keep doing.
Yes, sir.
Saying that shit forward.
I just remember my favorite part from last night was when I called you Nino Brown and the shit carried over so many.
Oh, man.
It wasn't just the turtleneck. It was the chain. It was the teeth. It was the chair you were sitting in. It was like, come on, bro. Bro, it's looking like the last boss in a gang video game.
Exactly. Hey, you know, it was just the vibe. Whenever I'm in my creative element and it's time to showcase it, for whatever reason, I just be wearing all black. You know what I mean? Trying to get on my Steve Jobs. You know what I mean? So when we did the Apple shit, that's when it started. When we did the Apple shit a few years ago. But for me, this year, what I'm looking forward to is January 1st. I'm going to fucking Hawaii. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm going to Hawaii to recharge.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, celebrate Ant's birthday, you know, so it's going to be fun. We're going to be in Kona. And, yeah, it's just something about being on the island in general that makes you appreciate the land more for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just because there's not a lot of land, you know what I mean, or what, you know, but the island vibes that's definitely a good way to start the year, because we don't even know what kind of fucking madness we're going to get into this year, right? We know what we got popping off, but we don't know what the fucking earth has in store for us, you know what I mean?
Not at all.
So if you learn one thing about 2020 is that, yeah, you in control, but nigga, Mother Earth is a motherfucker. For real. Like, I don't give a fuck what you got going on. You know, so we definitely got humbled in a lot of ways.
Yeah, everybody's check got a little more humbled than they thought it was going to be. Or maybe it didn't, but at the same time, like, your way of life changed for sure. So you had to get humbled to the fact that you got to adapt. Like, anything can happen, you know?
Hell yeah. But that fucking Versus shit, man, we talked about it a little bit last week, but that shit got me listening to hyphy music, nigga, every morning, bro. Like, I hope that shit goes throughout the entire fucking world, because that era we didn't get enough credit. You know, we didn't get enough credit for that era. So hopefully we'll see a resurgence of the hyphy. You know what I mean? Because that was good vibes and shit. Everything is shut down. So
yeah,
why not get in the street and dance? You know, at a safe distance. You know?
There ain't nothing else you can do, man. Like shit, we can't go to where we used to congregate to dance, so you got to do it on your own where you can. Like New Year's is gonna be weird this year, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
everybody's so used to piling into a bar or a party or something, and like it's still gonna happen. Like people are still gonna have New Year's parties. People are still gonna congregate, and somebody's gonna pass the virus along with other viruses during the party. But like it's gonna be weird because we really can't like get lit like we want to this year, you know. And this would have been a great year. Like if everything would have gone like say the virus is contained by like a month ago, this New Year's would have been cracking.
Stupid lit. Stupid lit. But all that's happening is that anticipation is just building and building and building, and we gonna see the Roaring 20s come back again as soon as shit opens back up. You know what I mean? People about to be going crazy, so that's gonna be fun. We'll be 40, but you know what I mean.
Why you gotta remind me of all that shit, man?
Hey, you know, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
People be like 40 is the new 20. It was like, yeah, well, you act like 20 was great. Like it was. I mean, we were young, but we were broke.
Exactly. At least we to the age now when that shit's starting to balance out, right?
Yeah.
We walk up and down the stairs, as you know, and our pockets are starting to get some weight into them. So you know, it's definitely a blessing. Even to see fucking 37 as a black man, man. Remember when they used to tell us in high school, man? We didn't even go to the same high school. And I know they told y'all niggas the same thing they was telling us. Like,
we wasn't spoken, make it past 25. Jokes on you, we still alive.
Period. And that's just
37. That's like 72 in black years. Like I'm surprised I'm not. We should be able to get our Social Security at like 43.
Period. Like we already passed OG status. Now we double OGs and shit. You know what I mean?
Like let's be real though. How many cats you know that's like grandfathers yet? Like my cousin's like 44. He's a grandpa.
Yeah.
Like damn. I'm so close. Damn.
Yeah, man. So you know it is what it is. We're gonna have great grandfathers that's 50 years old and shit. I'm like, nigga, how the fuck does this even work? But you know,
everybody had a kid at 18.
Nigga, or 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's the case. You're gonna be a great grandfather at 35 or 45.
Cause we're especially like moving forward, like with all this, everyone in the house, people is fucking. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So, whatever age you are, if you're able to fuck, you are going to be doing more of it during this time, especially if you know.
And if you're single, I have a theory like, there ain't no, you can't really go to the restaurant, you can't really go to the movies, you can't really go out on a date. So all you can do is Netflix and chill. You swiping, you talking, you fucking. That's it. Like they ain't got shit else to do.
That's fucking it. And shit, all the 15-year-olds, 13-year-olds now, they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm a great granddaddy because of 2020 for sure. You know, what I mean?
Ain't no courtship. What? Because you took the court away.
Then niggas can't get on ships, so it's like, literally none of that. You know what I mean?
Just come on over and pipe it down because there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do.
Oh man, I feel this is the time of year that I normally feel bad for the areas that snow and shit because they really fucking over there. But now it's just like, bro, it's like I need if you're in Nebraska or Ohio, like you literally need that warmth. You know what I mean? You know, and next you know, you're fucking. It's just it is what it is, and the birth rate is gonna spike by like 2023.
Yeah. So people are gonna be like, God damn, there's 9 billion people on the planet.
Hey, 6 billion of them is 3 years old. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? What happened? That's just like Antonio Cromartie or Yeah, like 10 kids, bro. But like
Yeah.
I think 6 of them were all born in 07 when he signed his big contract with the Chargers. Like, you know,
had way too much fun out there.
Bro, lived his best life, man. Shout out to the whole Cromartie family. It's like there's always one in the NFL at least.
He legit forgot his children's names.
Yeah,
and like I'm not mad at him because he had so many baby mamas. It was like I never knew her name in the first place. Exactly. I'm supposed to remember the kid's name.
Exactly. I don't even know your name, so I'm definitely not gonna remember. Yeah,
I ain't even mad at you fucking like that. I'm just mad at you having children like that. It's like, bro, like,
real,
like, just think about it as an asset. You know what I mean? Like, if every, say, like, I don't even know how to get into this without making it sound horrible, but like, if every time you dropped off an unguarded load, it's like you just bought the chick a car, and you can't. Like, you wouldn't do that all the time. Like, if it, like, because Floyd Mayweather one time, like, he was driving around a Mercedes somewhere he bought, got on a plane, left the car there. A couple months later, the airport's like, hey, you left your Mercedes here. There's all these tickets. And he's like, keep the car. All right, you do that, like, once because he has, like, $100 million. He ain't doing that shit as, like, his rental car shit. So, why would you do that with, like, a human life is my question.
So eloquently put, my friend. Hey.
Like at the most base level, like you're not gonna leave your favorite car at some random chick house and never come get it again, are you?
Bro. It's a cold world, man.
Yeah.
It is a fucking cold world. So, what are your thoughts on the NBA season so far?
It's starting the way it should. I mean, it's starting. I think didn't James Harden's team have to forfeit a game because of COVID?
Yeah, they have to forfeit a game, and then I think
because of him being at the club, right?
Well, when they forfeited the game, and then they found out he was in the club, and then everyone else had to quarantine, right? Hey. So then his shit is over. So not this nigga's able to play. The whole rest of the team wasn't able to play because of him.
Nigga ain't shit. Okay, well, my point was like that. Aside from that, it hasn't been too bad. Like nobody's really had to cancel anything.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about as far as COVID goes? Yeah.
Yeah, like so good. It's working fine, and we all need this distraction. Y'all Warriors fans need to worry a little bit.
Yeah. I was gonna wear a jacket, a Warriors jacket, but it got too warm where I'm at on the stage. But I already knew I was gonna bring up the conversation. I was like, let me just bring it up anyway. You know, the elephant in the room. As a fan of the team, as a fan of the sport, I definitely have some concerns. Not just because it's obvious, right? But it's
Kitty said, no, we don't. Yes, you do.
You feel me? But it's like, Kerr, why are we running the same sets as if we have Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson in addition to Steph Curry? Like, we don't. Yeah. So this is going to be a real test to where do we need another coach? Like, can you not adjust?
Well, before I get into it, I said you need to worry a little bit because it's like game 3, 4, something like that. Like, it just started. Like, it ain't that serious just yet. But it's way worse than y'all expected it to be right now.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, you would think, I know we've only had a little bit of time and stuff like that, so really you can't really grade us until mid-season, right?
Can't grade anybody until after the All-Star break.
Exactly. Especially with this shortened situation. And for us, it was an elongated situation, but then a bomb dropped on us right at the end, you know what I mean? And all these different things going down. Yeah. And then our second best player on our team is a rookie, right? Who didn't play any preseason games. No, training camp was like a week. You know what I mean? Like no summer league, none of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good news is first couple games. Bad news is first 2 games y'all got stomped. It's like,
bro. I'm like, bro, why they put us up against the best? You know,
Like numbers don't lie, man. Like that Steph, like you know how they had to cry at Jordan. Steph's face gonna be like that for at least a month.
we really need Draymond back because Steph is not that. I mean, he's a great point guard because he's a great basketball player and he plays the point guard position, right? But he doesn't make the rest of the team better. Like that's what Draymond does, right? With his
Draymond's really your point guard.
Exactly.
Like Steph's your shooting guard A, Clay is your shooting guard B. And when you had Kevin Durant, it just wasn't fair. Like it didn't matter what defense you put out there, somebody had an open shot that was going in.
Exactly.
But now it's like I know he's figuring it out, but like you can't get slapped by 40 every game.
You definitely can't. You cannot do that. I don't like how Wiggins and Oubre, are shooting like they're shooting spot up threes like they're Thompson and fucking Durant.
Oubre hasn't made a jump shot yet.
Exactly.
At the time of me reporting this, Kelly Oubre has yet to make a jump shot this season.
And with that being said, attack the basket. Like be aggressive.
Oh, he's made shots that way.
You said what?
He's made shots that way.
Yeah, no, for sure. I like his aggression on defense, on offense. Aggressive and not just set. I know Clay and KD made that shit look easy, but that shit is not easy, bro.
Not at all. As you can, but if you look at KD over on the Nets, it's looking easy again.
Bro.
His feet look great. Like he doesn't seem to have I don't see any Achilles, nothing. He looks wonderful. He's gliding on air out there.
That nigga looks amazing. That nigga looks amazing. So
his hair looks awful, but his feet look great.
Bro, his hair, I wish he could hoop with the beanie on. He probably would be more comfortable. But yeah, his hair definitely does not look.
I can't wait for him to play the Lakers to just see, just so LeBron and him can have that chat about yo, so where do you get that?
Exactly. Like, okay, I see you, son. Hey, Bron came this year. His shit was looking crispy though.
He's a trillionaire. LeBron James should have someone else. He should have someone else growing hair right now that they can genetically graft to his scalp. Because LeBron should be able to have growing hair out of his head, as rich as he is. But I don't know why he cares that much, because it's going to distract from his game. It's the only thing. He comes back with so much hair every year. Charles Barkley said he gonna have an afro by the time he retires.
Bro. That shit had to be rolling, guys. My thing is, his shit be looking great until he gets to sweating.
Huh?
As soon as he gets to sweating, whatever whatever that adhesive is that's putting it together completely goes away. It dissolves. I think it's the salt in the perspiration that the glue is now allergic to, so it just makes it all unravel.
It just goes to show that everybody has insecurities. Even the most perfect basketball player on the planet. The dude doesn't have any flaws in his public persona. There's no flaws in LeBron.
Yeah.
But this shit bothers him.
Exactly. And even if he wasn't a ball player or a trillionaire, he's walking these streets as a 6'9" brother. You're good, bro. You know what I mean? Even if you're the nigga, even if you're security at the dollar store, you're that nigga, bro, because you're 6'9" and you're black.
And you're built like a brick shit house. You can just literally stomp somebody on the top of the head and drop them.
Period. But no, and also proves that no one's perfect. Period. To your point. No matter what.
He's the most criticized human being in sports. It's ridiculous. I'm in a basketball group on Facebook where they complain about LeBron and compare him to Jordan and Kobe all the time, and it's just he's him. I used to hate on LeBron just like everybody else because he wasn't on my team. Now that he's on my team, I'm not an apologist. It's just I can see things realistically. I see all the same shit I used to complain about is still there.
Yeah.
But it's just Now you look at it like, dude, like, why do you care so much? Like even like, what does he got to do to make you happy?
That's the thing. If the person that you making fun of doesn't even care, you
Yeah.
don't even know. And that's the thing. Like the fans, it's like, dude, you don't even know this dude. You're calling him a bitch. He's 6'9", probably a slim 260. He'll beat your motherfucking ass, and you're not gonna say it to his face. So
Yeah.
it's like, why are you thugging in the comments? And then Bron will walk by, and your broke ass will ask him for a fucking autograph. You know what I mean? Because you know that's gonna change your life. You know what I mean? So it's like, why are you making fun of this man?
And we're still trying to, like, and everyone wants to put in perspective where he is in history. Like, well, you know, he's making the history right now. That's the part that's never been in question. So let's just let that keep happening. Go Lakers.
And about $100 million a year that comes with making history. You know what I mean?
Oh, and the funny thing about, like, how good the Lakers got it right now. Damn how deep the team is. Damn how much better they got. The beautiful thing that's making the Lakers going to win more championships is the fact that we just spent 5 minutes talking about LeBron, and Anthony Davis is easily and by far the best player on that team. He's just quietly doing it. No attention to him. Like, Kevin Durant probably would be a better Anthony Davis. Not like in playing style or anything. Just like if there was no attention on him, life would be so much better. But because he can't handle that, like he gets frustrated, he has burner accounts, that's where he has his flaws. LeBron has no problem taking all the heat. AD is like couldn't be more like in the background.
Yeah, it's that mentality that even though they say Bron doesn't have the killer mentality, he obviously does because he attacks life at all different levels, right? Mm-hmm. So for someone like Bron, and remembering, hey, I'm just a kid from Akron, nigga, I'm laughing to the bank. Like he's a nigga. So what we will call what a real nigga will say. If we grew up together, right? So once you get your $100 million, you being a real nigga, how are you gonna even be bothered by someone that doesn't know you? That's, you know what I mean? That and you have hundreds of millions of dollars. Like why bother? We smiling, we good now. You know what I mean? So when you get that much, where you can just fill up your house with $100 bills, who gives a fuck what anybody thinks about anything? You know what I mean?
KD. And that's the funny thing. Like, if this got back to him, he'd be upset. Like, that's like, it's like, why do you care, bro? Like, you got everything. But you know, people can be sensitive.
Everybody, you know,
I have shit that I'm sensitive about.
That's why I say LeBron is a different type of beast because he got that mental. Everybody ain't got that mental. We grew up hearing about childhood stars and different people that are rich that take their lives. You know what I mean? OD.
A lot of people can't handle it.
And
most people can't handle it. Like that's the thing. If you really look at like a lot of famous people, like it doesn't end well for a good 50 to 60%. Like it's almost more people have a tragic downfall than like, you know, just kind of happily ever after, you know? Yeah. And it's because there's so much, like there's no class for that shit, you know? And people can tell you, but you won't, it doesn't matter because it'll be different for you.
Yeah,
you know?
Because the way that money and material things has been turned into a monster, no one can predict how you're going to feel when $1 million in your hand or how I'm going to feel when you know what I mean? It's a whole different for every individual person. So it's fucking crazy.
And the fact that LeBron has handled that shit so well since he was a literal child that's why they call him the king. Like the dude's been regal since he's been a boy.
For sure. And then a king has a kingdom, right? Mm-hmm. And even in that castle, he's not the only one that lives in the castle. So he's got all these different people that are also kings in their own right? Mm-hmm. And his team is exactly. They're definitely royalty. I call
the Duke of Agency.
It's a squad.
The Earl of Rebound.
His squad is so good that they're famous just for being good at what they do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like we don't hear that same thing about KD's squad, and he obviously has a squad because this shit is a business. Each one of these people are a brand there. You know what I mean?
Well, KD's squad is intact, so KD's money is quiet. KD's like he gonna be good forever.
Oh yeah. I'm not even talking about that. He already got the shit. The first $100 million set up a couple generations. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure KD got some PayPal money.
He's on his like 13th shoe, so it's like
yeah.
I'm not talking about money wise. I'm talking about for the mental.
Hang on, I think your escort's showing up. Your Uber has arrived.
Welcome to East Oakland, baby.
I know. I'm in South Central.
Yeah.
That's why I closed my door.
Nigga, my window's closed too. That was coming from the other window. I specifically closed this window that I'm next to so you wouldn't hear sirens. So I definitely failed.
Nah, it's not your fault, bro. That's the life.
Hell yeah. But you definitely have to have. You gotta have you gotta have like a spiritual advisor. You know, you gotta have all these different things. Someone that you can just talk, another person that you can just talk to on some therapy shit. You're not going to be judged, that you can just throw hypotheticals at. Like, value yourself that much. And especially if you're someone who has the assets, right? Nike would probably provide all that shit to him if he wanted it. He wouldn't even have to go and get it. Not to say that he's not even doing it or he is doing it, but I wouldn't
be surprised. I'm pretty sure Nike helped provide that school, which is good. Like Nike has enough sweatshops to where like you can make one school.
Hey, you're right. But shout out to the Easy Money Sniper, man.
Yes, sir.
If not,
I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with Miami. Like Jimmy Butler and them got to the finals. Like they played well on the road. They got to the finals. They played the Lakers to 6 games. They won 2 games against that team.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
And both teams were like missing some. Well, the Lakers were at full strength, but like the Heat didn't even have like their full team the whole time.
Exactly. So I think that if they just are patient and trust the system and just take another stab at it, that no matter where they place in the season, that they're going to be a hard out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So because they've been there, done that. So they need to just be healthy going into the playoffs, and their experience alone. Because I don't think they need to add anything to their team. Like the rumors about Harden, I don't think that. I don't know what Harden is doing, bro. Like, what's up with your LA nigga,
man? James Harden is. I don't know. I don't know him. I don't know the situation. It's just funny to me to see how much of a diva I can't say if it's I honestly don't know if it's his game or the media, but the way it's playing out right now looks like he is being it looks all bad. It looks like he's being like stupid selfish and just playing like remember all the stereotypes that we used to put on like Deion Sanders and Michael Irvin and cats like that? Basketball version of that. Like, fuck this. I want a contract. I'm out.
No, and you're right. My thing is, do not give them any fuel. Because once you give them an inch, the media, they're going to run with that shit. And next you know, the whole world is going to feel this way. You know what I mean? Because that's what they're putting all the energy towards. Instead of him. Because, you know, he came in last season and he was super slim. You see videos of him running various sand dunes and stuff like that. And this is the same man. And now because of what he did, you know, for this little shit, now his whole fucking career, character is in jeopardy now. Yeah.
Like it used to be, the biggest knock against James Harden used to just be he didn't play defense. And now it's like this whole, like, he's the best player that nobody wants right now.
Exactly.
He basically turned himself into like Antonio Brown without the mental problems.
Yeah. Or, I mean, is it?
Or a different kind.
Are there mental problems? You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm like
different set of mental issues.
Exactly. Because I'm like, okay, if you're doing something to just leave the Rockets, okay. But it's like you're playing for the Rockets. Now you're doing something that's affecting your character to where other people won't even want to trade for you. Like what do you
Yeah.
like? It's like a suicide. You know, he's like fucking himself up on both sides. I mean, he's wealthy. At the end of it, he can walk away and be like, you know what, I'm retired.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
honestly, it's kind of boring to watch any team where James Harden is playing because, like, everything stops when he gets the ball, and you just wait for him to find a way to either get to the basket or step back or get fouled.
exactly, and that's the thing. And then you got to blame Houston as a franchise for allowing that monster to build because he ain't coming to the league like that.
Like, they really let this dude like make trades and shit. Like they really are like it would be some weird shit. Like he gets in an argument with somebody in a game, and then the next day they trade this dude to now you're on the Knicks. It's like,
exactly.
damn, like you can't. That's like letting your 5-year-old boss you around. You know,
Exactly.
and I'm not trying to compare any black man to a toddler, but like it's the same thing as like if you can't let your kids tell you what to do, like you can't let your employees tell you how to manage. Like
Exactly.
you gotta maintain control. It's your job, you know.
Fair. Yeah, that boy's tripping, man. But yeah, they built that monster, let it get to his head, real prima donna, real diva like, and yeah, this looks bad. Like it's a first year black coach. Man, don't do all this for the coach, man. That brother about to get fired.
That's Paul Silas' son, right?
Yeah. Like, well, you know, you got to show respect to the OG, Paul Silas, and just the culture in general. Like, why are you acting like? Do you need like where is his OGs at? He should have some OGs in this corner, letting them know like, young buck, what you doing? Bro? What you doing, little bro? You know what I mean?
He don't have any OGs. That's probably the issue. Yeah, but James Harden's like, what is he, like 31, 32?
Yeah,
Like he's a couple years
31
younger
right
than
now.
us.
Yeah, exactly.
So what really OG, like he is the OG.
Yeah.
Like he's in his prime. So like this is, if there was ever a time in his life to act like this in a sport, this is the only time he's gonna get. Like this is gonna be a weird transition. Have you seen Ma Rainey's Black Bottom yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's the last movie that Chadwick Boseman was in. It's really interesting. But like one of the mottos is like she knows how much white people are going to use her music and just fuck her over, so she like treats everybody like shit.
Gotcha.
So like, because she's like, hey, if it's gonna happen to me, I might as well get mine in too, you know?
Yeah.
Seems like James Harden is kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, man.
But it's unfounded though. Like there's no reason. Like for her, she was like, yeah, I have every reason to be bitter. Like, bro, what like why?
Like his behavior is gonna go down in books on how not to act when you get that money. Like there's hella shit leading up to the point where it is now, right? Mm-hmm. That's when you respect the money more than the person, right? So maybe he's richer than all of his OG, the people who were his OGs and that did have his ear. But this group of people, this are all hypotheticals. This group of people respects money so much, the person who has the most of it now gets to call all the shots within that group, right? And how they move is how everyone just follows suit. Where it's like, no, that's not how it should be.
Yeah, that's the issue when you let money rule everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, oh well, if I have the most money, therefore I must be the smartest because I've accumulated the most. We got to stop using money as merit points.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
just because you're rich doesn't mean you're better. You might be a better earner. You might be good. Like you might be good at something. You might have found out how to monetize something. But like you're like the money isn't a high score.
Yeah. It should go back to being like in our culture, they respect the doctors and the lawyers and stuff like that, but not because they make money, because their job to make some money. It's because they can take care of their family and their people around them and shit like that. You know what I mean? So people that are able to do that get respect throughout the village. Now village members go to them for advice and different things like that. And that's real clout right there. But now it's just money is clout. People buying friends, they buying gangsters. Remember when we was in college, all the rappers, nigga, they bought into the blood game. Remember, everyone was turning into Bloods. They bought in. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, crip walking was like that was the craze when we were in high school through college, and then by the time we got to college, everybody was a Blood. So it's weird how that works. Yeah, but I just thought of something else strange. Like, remember in the bubble, like Black Lives Matter and social activism was huge. Like they tried to at least make it seem like that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Not so much this time around.
Yeah, exactly. That I think
not
that
like they stopping anybody, but I haven't seen anything.
You know the reason why it's not there? I'm gonna tell you, because for the bubble, that was on the players' list of demands for them to even go to the bubble.
Okay.
So now it's like, nigga, it's the season, nigga, come to work. We ain't got to do shit. You know what I mean? No, for real. You know.
Nah, I get it.
That's what it is, man.
Like, ain't no more demands, nigga. You got a contract. Go play.
Exactly. So that's what it is. Did you watch the movie Soul yet?
Not yet. I'm on my second trial. Like, I had some kind of thing that I was paying for there. I got a 30-day trial for Disney Plus, and then I quit that, and then I used it again. And I quit that again on, like, I think they would have charged me on the 23rd, and I quit on the 22nd.
It's a smart.
Because I just finished The Mandalorian, and I was like, I can't think of anything else I need this for.
Exactly. Hey, pretty dope, right?
Huh?
The Mandalorian, they said it ended pretty dope.
Oh, dude, The Mandalorian, I'm not going to get into spoilers. Just as a show, that show is better than the last 3 movies combined. Any 2 episodes of that show is better than all 3 of those fucking sequels. Trash.
I'd recommend them to lengthen them each episode. Make that shit even a little bit longer. Give me another 10, 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Keith said I need another email. Like I thought of that, but I didn't think about that. I'll try to run it up again.
Hell yeah, man. So, and then I haven't seen I started a couple times and passed out. I always started at night because I got that Fire Stick. So when you're ready to put that shit together, I tell you, so you don't have to get Disney Plus.
Cool, for sure.
And then the other movie that came out, I think which is also on that Disney Plus, is Wonder Woman 1984.
That's on HBO Max.
HBO Max, I'm sorry.
I do have that, and from what I've seen on my timeline, I don't want to watch that movie. But at the same time, if it's as bad as they say it is, I need to watch that movie.
Man, you already know because, nigga, there's no good DC movies. I'm saying that because there's probably like 2 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the actual movies, not the animated ones, which every single one is good.
Animated movies, like, it doesn't make sense. Like nerds and comic book geeks get this. Like, DC animated shit, it shits on like half of Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Marvel Cinematic Universe, even Thor 2 is better than all of the DC movies. Ugh.
That's just so crazy. That DC animation shit, that shit is like, that's just the dopest, bro. Like,
amazing. It's epic. It's like like there was a Batman movie, I forgot which one, that was better than like it should have been a film. Like, I would have went to the movies to watch it. It was so good.
Was it the one with Jack the Ripper?
Nah. I think it was Batman Returns. It was one where he's like super old. He's like 60, but it was like
that one was amazing. One was amazing.
I was like, holy shit! I would have watched this shit in theaters.
And then they have the dope variations, right? That that would be in like parallel universes, or the multiverse, as Marvel says.
They're making a DC live action Flashpoint paradox, which you're gonna fuck up, but they already got it right in the cartoon.
That shit was amazing. Even the Lego one was good, bro. I watched all the Lego DC shit. Like, that's how good DC animation is.
And on the flip side, the only really good Marvel animated shit is Into the Spider-Verse, and that shit's amazing. But like, there's no real good like cartoon Marvel shit.
Yeah, bro. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I watched the
Who
Superman.
did the X-Men movies? Fox, and those are
Yeah, the X-Men movies, they are just so lucky that the X-Men cartoon happened and the comics happened. Because I will watch every
X-Men is not
X-Men
DC,
movie.
is it?
No, that's Marvel.
Yeah.
And I will watch every. It might as well be DC. Their movies, right? Because I will watch every movie that comes out just off of the love from the animated series, right? But every single X-Men movie disappoints me.
Yeah.
I remember the second. But
what was the first one? First Class was pretty good.
Yeah, the second one where they just showed Colossus get his turn this shit on. It was like, oh, I could help, and then they're like, nah, and then he just falls back, and then that was it. I'm like, oh, come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I gotta wait until Deadpool when I'm fucking 35 to see Colossus. You know what I mean? I'm like, what, nigga, just a 20-year gap in between.
Tamiko is saying that X-Men is a DC comic, and I have to categorically deny that because I've seen way too many X-Men and Spider-Man and Black Panther and Wolverine with all of them.
Yeah, X-Men is not DC.
That is impossible. You're thinking the Justice League.
Yeah. X-Men is for sure. Like, I'll bet you my Corvette. We can bet right now.
And I will double it.
There's no way. You talking to two of the nerdiest motherfuckers. Like,
I guarantee you X-Men is not DC.
Bro, when Stan Lee died, I watched the entire X-Men animated series just because I needed to. You know what I mean? Then I watched the Batman one. Not the Batman. I watched the Spider-Man one after that.
Oh, that's nothing. The Batman animated series is better than most of the DC shit. All right, most of the Marvel shit. That's what's sad. That's what's so sad. Like, DC cannot get a movie right to save their life. Marvel and DC should let each other borrow each other's shit. Like, Marvel directors and writers should help DC. DC animation should do the Marvel shit because they should have been cross working together years ago.
How the fuck do you mess up a movie that's about an underwater kingdom? Like, what the fuck?
And the funny thing is, that's not one of the worst ones. Like, Aquaman's not terrible by far. It's not great. It's definitely not good, but it's so bad it's great.
Exactly. So,
like, it leads into like, look, this is cheesy. Enjoy. Like, it's like if you like cheesy, here's some nachos, motherfucker.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly. It was so cheesy, but yeah, you're right. You know, you hit on those. I can't even touch anything on the Aquaman, but it's like, are they purposely fucking this shit up, bro? Like, them shits is so bad, bro. It'll be the same story that's animated that they make into the movie, and it still won't be the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know how they. And the Justice League, they try to say, "Oh, the Snyder's cut." And like, no, that's just wasting more of our time. It don't matter who you get to direct the shit; it's still gonna suck. I don't know how you made Batman. The Batman movies they don't even count as comic book movies. They won Oscars. They're great films.
Period.
But everything else is trash.
Trash, bro. It's like, bro, the Green Lantern movie was so bad, bro.
Oh,
like,
God.
I want to watch it again just for reference. You know what I mean?
Ryan Reynolds trolls himself in other superhero movies about how bad Green Lantern was.
Exactly.
Deadpool makes fun of Green Lantern all the time. It's the same motherfucker.
Bro. And Green Lantern, that shit is fucking dope. Like, the story, the whole force, like, these are the hardest niggas from each planet of each galaxy that are part of this force. You know what I mean? Like, that's the hardest shit ever.
Yep.
Movie horrible. You know what I mean? And the Snyder's cut, how they gonna give me the same bad movie again with a different director? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, y'all niggas ain't that cool.
Yeah. King says Superman was dope. Superman was decent. Superman's like Aquaman's like what's another one? Like Shazam. Like, those are the okay Like those are the decent DC movies. And Wonder Woman. The first Wonder Woman was good. That's how we got to this whole point. Wonder Woman is bad. Like everybody that's been on Facebook has said this movie has the weirdest plot. It doesn't make sense. She only fights 4 times. It's not even like on some women empowerment shit, or if you don't like it, you're sexist. It's just a badly made film.
Damn. My question to Kenny is, I haven't even been able to see anyone's comments, so I didn't even know if anyone was interacting or anything. So shout out to everybody. But my question to Kenny is a Superman movie good just because the nigga can fly?
No, it's good because it's good.
Because I don't even remember the plot, really. I just know that it's the coolest shit ever, watching him take off into the air. You know what I mean? That shit just looks hella cool. So I think it's like the visuals that make it cool for me. But I will watch it.
That's any superhero movie is going to be the powers while you're there. But like, remember the first Superman movies with Christopher Reeve?
Yeah.
Like way back in like the 80s and late 70s. Like that shit was kind of dope because it gave you an idea of Superman. You know, like this one, like the Man of Steel was kind of dope because it's like there's a good 30 minutes where it's on Krypton. So that shit was cool to me because like, oh, I didn't even get to see any of that, or I never would have imagined that. Russell Crowe is Superman's daddy for some reason, but like, that makes sense.
See, that's what I do appreciate about these movies, especially a believer in the multiverse and parallel universes, is I get to see Asgard. You know what I mean? I get to see in between the lines with Doctor Strange. You know what I mean? Like with technology, it's like you're there. You feel that shit. You know what I mean? So that's why that shit's dope to me.
And here's what sucks about the DC. Like, they're screwing over, like, perfect castings. Like, Henry Cavill looks exactly like Superman. Like, every time I see this dude in another movie, I'm like, that's fucking Superman pretending to be a spy. Or that's Superman as a cook. Or, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, you can't fake those laughs.
Exactly,
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, and, like, Ben Affleck would have made a great Bruce Wayne. He would have made a great Batman. He's just been in shitty Batman movies.
Exactly.
Looks like the jaw is perfect. He just looks like a rich asshole. He's perfect for that.
Everyone looks the part in the film. You just waiting for him to do cool shit. And the coolest shit now. The coolest shit now is just the tech, right? His suits, you know, what they can do. That's the cool shit, and how the person looks, so you believe it's them. But then it's just a movie of them doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? You know, it's like, man, what the fuck? Exactly.
Gal Gadot looks exactly like Wonder Woman. Knocked it out of the park in the first one. The second time, shit happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that shit out tonight. But yeah, bro. Well, yeah, bro. Let's wrap this thing up. Always a pleasure. You know what I mean?
Man.
Thank you, my peoples. We'll be
Thank
back
you,
next
everyone,
week.
tuning in. We'll be back next week. Same black time, same black station. We will have information about the next RCS